Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Masker can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging. And to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
Well, race fans, welcome back again. It's another Monday evening SOF Production Car Challenge race. This week at a track that doesn't see a whole lot of use on iRacing. We're at Auto Club Speedway, but traditionally you would see the cars going around the oval. Today we're going to take on the Roval, a little bit of the infield road course, which is going to utilize some of the high banking section 2 as well. So little known track featured on iRacing. It's a well, it's the oval and road course combined, which we otherwise call the Roval. 17 corners here this evening, 2.8 miles, not the longest track in the world. It's a track also that does not exist in real life anymore, torn down to make way for warehousing and condos. So there was thoughts of rebuilding into a smaller track. Last I've checked, I haven't seen a whole lot of information as far as that. Looks like it's going to eventually just end up into a pile of rubble. But we're here. Qualifying's underway. Let's take a look at the conditions our drivers are going to face out there. 86 degree air temp. It'll translate to 89 degrees Fahrenheit track temp. So relatively peaceful day out here in sunny California. As you can see, we're going to run into the sunset here. Drivers on track putting in their times. We got 37 drivers spread across 4 different classes here this evening. Going to try their hand at driving around the Roval. And let's head to the track here and see how some of our drivers are doing right now on board, with Giovanni Romano currently leading the way overall, as well as in the BMW side of things. Sitting up top with a 143.24, just ahead of Taylor Blount and Kevin Parrish. A couple drivers we saw battling last week in the rain at Tsukuba. No rain in the forecast this week though. Should be much more pleasant for our drivers. Over on the Mazda side of things, Ryan Busk currently leading the way. He's just ahead of Nicholas Shepard. Nicholas Shepard, one of the new members of the Box 5 MX5 Discord channel. So congrats to him. Jumping on board, I saw that post earlier this week. He's helping out with organizing that and promoting the community. So well done for him. Gabriel Anselmi, usually see him in every week here in the Clio, one of the few Clio drivers we see, but looks like we got 5 Clios that have shown up this week to try and tackle Auto Club Raceway. So nice to see a growing Clio field here. They do run their own SOF race a little later on in the week. So if you were looking for Clio action, jump into the Clio Discord. I'm not sure what the exact link is. You can find it in the forums in iRacing, and you can find out when to join that if you're looking to do it. Over the GR86 side of things, Pablo Bleda leading the way here. Our 6.6K driver up top of the GR86 field, and then it's actually quite a bit of separation between him and second place Alvaro Martin. Martin, our second place GR86, but his quickest times actually back behind our top 6 in Mazda. It's going to be interesting here tonight to see the interclass battles between the Mazdas and the GR86s, as they're very comparable in times going around this track. Speaking of going around the track, on board here with Giovanni Blackerby. He's going to come around and set a time here. See if he's able to improve. Right now 152.84 is going to have him in 7th overall. He's going to pull the chute on that lap now. Rod Eskew, a driver we've seen last week too as well in the rain at Tsukuba. Didn't have a race really for him to remember, so trying to build off that again this week. As we said, Nicholas Shepard just moved himself up into top spot in the Mazda side. I think he's kind of coasting down the back straight now. Verve Page, I believe that's a name we haven't seen this season in the MX5s. Currently in 9th place in class with a 153.1, leaving the oval section into turn 3 and 4, which is going to bring him back into the Roval side of things. Time ticking down on these drivers with less than a minute to go. Any drivers that aren't heading towards the start-finish line now are going to run out of time very quickly. Let's see if we can find somebody potentially coming a little closer to the line. There's a second place Clio, Travis Linscomb Hatfield, out here in his very bright Renault Clio. Not sure if he's got his cat riding with him there in his profile picture. Shotgun. I see him out. Andrew Ludke, 6th in GR86, which actually translates to 27th overall. So he's going to run out of time to be able to set another quick lap. Only a couple drivers left on track. Andre Castro, our 5th place MX5, heading into the final sector now. He may be close to coming around to complete this lap. See if he gets enough time out of turn 18 and 19. And then turn 20 is just a tiny little kink heading back up onto the banking section. And heading to the line, time's going to tick away. He's not going to finish up this lap, so it looks like Castro are going to have to settle for starting 5th in class. We'll just give timing scoring a quick second here to click over. and then we'll take and have a look and see how our drivers are going to shape up here in qualifying. There we go. Top in the field is Giovanni Romano. You'll have Taylor Blount to the outside. Kevin Parrish and Rod Eskew are going to make up row 2. In row 3, Cesar Medina and Guillermo Silva Gonzalez going to make up the final spot in the BMWs. In the Clios, Gabriel and Selmy taking top spot away from Travis Linscomb Hatfield. Leon Janina and Christopher Suzuki going to take up row 2 in the Clios. And then just behind them, we're going to find Garnett Adams rounding out the Clio field. In the GR86, Pablo Blida taking top spot over Alvaro Martin. John Payton and Chris Wett's going to take up row 2. Jaden Profit, who actually won the first session of the week turnover earlier. I was peeking in on it. He's going to start beside Andrew Lutke. John Hoyos in 7th and Tyler Scampija in 8th place. 9th place goes to Sean Needham. John Forbes Jr. in 10th. Jerry Turner in 11th and Connor Wellebeck in 12th. Rounding out the GR86 field is going to be Andrew Wallace. And we get into the Mazdas. Nicholas Shepard representing Antarctica. He's going to drive cool as ice out here tonight. Top spot in the Mazdas Hill. Ryan Bust to his outside. Cam Eben and Michael Folds going to make up row 2 in 3rd and 4th. Andre Casto and Lincoln Fox going to take up 5th and 6th. Lincoln Fox also won his session of the first session of the week, the top split race earlier. Giancarlo Schooler, Giovanni Blackerby in 8th, River Page in 9th, Charles Wolf in 10th, Jake Klimovich in 11th, and Tom Sanders going to round out the field. So as I mentioned, 37 cars set to grid up. You see the grid getting ready there. We're waiting for, looks like just 1 or 2 more drivers to hit the grid, and then we'll be getting underway here. So it's going to be interesting here. 37 cars on this relatively tight Roval course is going to be interesting, to say the least. Pace car starting to pull away. Romano and Ballant going to lead the field around behind the pace car. Short pace lap here tonight as they're starting in just for turn 13 and 14. Coming into the final section here now, 17, 18, and then we'll be going green into the front line. Now, compared to some of the other Rovals, you'll actually see once our drivers get up onto the Roval section, they're actually going to stay right down on the apron, on the flat part of the apron, try and take as much pace as they can. They'll have to go up above the pit exit cone, which we'll see in a few moments here, to not get a slowdown or an off track. But otherwise, right on that bottom where we see Giovanni Romano running right now, is where we're going to see a lot of drivers try and maximize the pace of that final corner. We're going green. Giovanni Romano getting a massive jump early on here. Kevin Parrish going to move in behind him. Cesar Madonna in second. Taylor Blount, fortunate to start for him, falling all the way back into 4th place, down 2 spots from where he started. So we head back to the Clios. Looks like the Clios getting away clean, and Selmy going to hold on to top spot. Giannini and Liscombe Hatfield getting single file in behind them. Back to the GR86s, where Alvaro Martin quickly moves up ahead of Pablo Bleda. Say a couple teammates there working together. The GR86 is going 4 wide early on here as they head around the banking into turn 3. Oh man, this is going to be carnage. We've got Mazdas and GR86s all in together. Cars bumping and banging everywhere. Oh, there's the carnage. It's kicking off. We've got cars left, right, center. Tom Sanders involved, one of the box 5 cars, a number of cars off track. We'll see if we can get a replay of that in a few moments once things settle out a little bit. But I mentioned that I mentioned every week, the GR86s and the Mazda is very close on pace. Oh, we got another car spinning around. Didn't quite catch who that was. Looked like Alvaro Martin off track. He's getting himself back on track, but carnage early on. Cam Eben out early too as well. One of our perennial contenders in the Mazda class falling back, but things going off early here in the PCC race at Auto Club. We're on board here with Giancarlo Schooler. Got himself up 4 spots in class, 13 spots overall. But I was starting to say earlier, it's always interesting to see the overlap between the Mazdas and the GR86s at a lot of these tracks we go to, where the Mazda's quicker in the straight line. GR86 is usually a little quicker in the corners. But when we get into a track where you have such a long straight and up, when they get up on the banking, where the Mazdas can really close that gap, that advantage that the GR86s might get. It really breeds some chaos. So looks like things starting to cool down a little bit. The field's starting to spread out a little bit, and Selmy leading the way in the Clios. Janina holding off a charge from Liscombe Hatfield, looking on the underside. Susky and Garnet Adams themselves single file. So the Clio field looks like they're the most organized as far as single file here, but we got a battle a little further up between Cesar Medina, Rod Eskew, and Gonzalo Carballo Gonzalez here. Gonzalez in the 31 machine. Moza race car going to go out wide. Guillermo Silva thought about looking up the inside, backs out though. Didn't want to get into the left corner of Gonzalez. There he can continue a battle on, but we've got battles all throughout the field in this one. Nicholas Shepard though got up to a nice lead in the Mazdas. River Page trying to pull him back in though. It's a sharp looking paint job on River Page's Mazda MX-5 there. Little Herbie-esque theme with the 63 on the door, but Folds, Page, Shepard leading the way in Mazdas. Folds and Page have been able to get around the GR86s. Now it's their job to try and chase down Nicholas Shepard. See if River Page goes out a little wide. Folds thought about looking up the inside, couldn't quite make that pass, move and stick. We've still got cars going off left, right, and center in the background here. We got Mazda still trying to get around the GR86s. Oh man! Oh, I don't know who that was that just sent that Mazda off, but it looked like Andre Castro just got booted off track. We still got things going on. Giancarlo Schooler getting involved with the G6. Oh no, what a terrible rejoin. And another bad rejoin by that GR86 to 25. Not sure who that was off the top of my head here, looking quickly through timing and scoring. John Hoyos. Seems like a gentleman driving here has just been throwing caution to the wind. Let's take a look at what happened between Hoyos and Schooler. Schooler in the Mazda, Hoyos in the GR86. As they go side by side, it's like Schooler gonna get wide. Oh, gets up on the curb. Hoyos gets up on the curb and just clobbers Schooler. And then we see a terrible rejoin by both of those drivers. Hoyos actually tags one of the GR86s coming back on track, but you hate to see it. Up front though, Michael Folds has found his way around Nicholas Shepard. He's taken River Page with him too as well. Shepard's actually fallen back in behind Lincoln Fox into fourth place. Oh, we got bumping and banging. Pablo Blida, our lead GR86 driver, getting into it with Leon Janina, the Clio. Janina in that Clio, a bit of a cork in the bottle right now. He's got a herd of Mazdas and GR86s coming up behind him. Garnet Adams, the other Clio in behind, just trying to save face here, not trying to get wrapped up in any of this. See the inter-class battle here between Blida and Folds, our top two drivers in Mazda and GR86. They're not battling for position necessarily, but Folds trying to stay ahead of River Page and Lincoln Fox, who are catching up quickly here. See Lincoln Fox actually giving River Page a little bit of bump draft down the straight. Let's go on board here with Lincoln Fox and kind of see what our drivers are having to navigate here. See River Page to his right side, Pablo Blida, our GR86 leader, to the left. They're heading in and around turn 15, 16, 17. They're going to head back onto the front banking. So watch here, as I was mentioning. They're going to keep it right on the apron. They're going to try and avoid going up onto the banking all that far. They'll stay up there, utilize the draft, but they're going to have to pop up here at the end, right where the pit exit cone is, that green cone. They've got to get above that, up off the bank, off the apron. Otherwise, they'll get a penalty being down there. And then they'll come around. Oh, it's like Lincoln Fox got a little loose. He got a little bump from Pablo Blida on the backside. It's like Blida going to lose top spot in the GR86 to John Forbes Jr. making a run on the downside. Nicholas Shepard fighting back on the bottom. Shepard trying to take top spot back in GR86. He's going to move himself up into second place for bumping off River Page. All three of them going off. Forbes Jr. basically was the bumper at that point in time. Picture Poole. It looks like Poole out there with the balls going off the bumper. That time, John Forbes Jr. was the bumper on the side for Nicholas Forbes. Kind of kept Forbes on track, but Fox, Page, Shepard, Page and Shepard going door to door here, bumping and banging. You know who loves seeing this? Michael Folds up ahead as he's able to open up a gap now, 3.1 seconds over Lincoln Fox in second place. Let's go up front, check on our BMW battle. I hate to leave all that action back there in the mid-pack, but Giovanni Romano has held the lead from the start here. Kevin Parrish starting to reel him back down, though. That gap coming down quickly. Only a half second between Parrish and Romano now, is later on the brakes. Parrish going to dive up there, close that gap even further on Romano. Our driver's driving directly into the sun. That might be playing a little bit of a role in some of these incidents we've seen kick off here early on, but man, action everywhere. Let's see if we can quickly go back and catch some of that stuff that happened on lap 1. Let's see, it looks like John Payton, Tyler Scampia, and possibly Tom Sanders were our first real big incident here. This pack of cars, just pick any one of them out that you want there, but Scampia, one of the GR86 kind of in the middle there somewhere. There he is. The white car kind of got turned around. Not really much you can do there. The 24 of Payton involved in that one too. Get himself back on tracks. That was the first one. I think we had a number. Other ones after. Let's see what happened to Cam Evan, our 10K iRacing driver. He's right in the thick of this move here. Oh, he just got caught up with one of the GR86s, spun around right in the middle of the pack. Oh, somebody tagged him in the right rear suspension. You can see right there that car inoperable. That's the end of the day for Cam Evan, unfortunately. Back in front, Kevin Parrish closing that gap in a little more here. Now down to 2/10 as they're up on the banking. Parrish trying to utilize the draft here. Here the BMWs having to actually lift up through the banking. Can't go full throttle through. I suspect the Mazdas and GR86s probably can stay full throttle almost the whole way through. Parrish closing that gap now. We've got a battle for top spot in the BMWs. Just got a battle a little further back between Rod Eskew closing in on Cesar Medina up ahead. Let's check back in on our Mazdas. Michael Foltz still holding a nice 3.8 gap over ahead of him, but that battle's still on for second place between Shepard, Fox, Page, switching and swapping spots almost every corner straight. All kinds of contacts. I'm kind of curious what kind of incident points these drivers are up to now. We've seen them a number of times bumping and banging off each other. Right now it's River Page holding on to third place as Nicholas Shepard starting to pull away from this pack as River Page and Lincoln Fox bumping and banging a little bit. The lead GR86 Pablo Blida just in behind, looking to give Lincoln Fox a little bit of a bump draft. John Forbes Jr. not too far back behind. He's definitely in the draft of Blida, our top GR86 up ahead. Let's go on board here with Forbes Jr. as he's watching this MX-5 battle up ahead, trying to chase down his leader of his class. Blida heavy onto the binders they go, heading into turn 3 and 4. A tight little switchback here to the right, up over the curb. Looks like Shepard got a little loose in that MX-5 up ahead. Shepard on the outside, Fox on the inside. Shepard trying to go a long way around. Fox with the preferred line. Shepard running out wide. I'm not sure what the track limits are here, but that was a deep run out wide. Doesn't look like he got a slowdown though, as he's moved himself up ahead of Lincoln Fox. So if you don't get a slowdown out there, that is probably the best move. You maintain a whole lot of pace around the outside there. Lincoln Fox thinking about making a move up the inside, has to back out of it. Let's just drop River Page to the back of this battle now. He's in behind our two GR86s. You see Pablo Blida now having to fight off John Forbes Jr. Forbes Jr. looking up to the inside. It's going to be battle of the late breakers here. Blida just barely ahead. Has to break it back out a little bit, not to get into Lincoln Fox up ahead. Forbes Jr. going to go wide. That's allowed River Page to move around. Page now would love to get around these two cars as that battle that he's involved in starting to run away from him up ahead. Quickly scanning through here. So we got a battle shaping up potentially out front. That gap is opened up a little bit between Parrish and Romano. Although as they got back into the infield section, Parrish closing that gap back down again. It was about 0.8. We've got some cars locking up ahead. We see some smoke billowing up ahead of the track. Hard to believe we're only 12 minutes into this one with the amount of bumping and banging that's been going on in this race. So pop back a little bit further. We got a bump draft here. The police car of Andrew Wallace getting a little bit of bump draft from Jerry Turner. Turner going to try and make a move around the outside, though. He's going to back out early. Allow Wallace to hold on to that position. They're trying to chase down their compatriots up ahead. John Forbes Jr. and Pablo Blita, who are well up the track here right now. Let's pop up the intervals here on the screen. There we go. We can see what kind of gap there is between the classes. So right now, our tightest battle, other than the Mazdas, and the lead battle in the GRA6s, is going to be our top battle in BMW. You can see now those BMW drivers right in the thick of the traffic, trying to make their way through lap traffic, as they're actually coming up on the battle for top spot in GR86 and the Mazdas. And only a few more corners. It'll be real interesting once we get the leaders of all three classes, or sorry, three of our four classes, counting out the Clios here for a minute. Going to be all on track within a few tenths of each other momentarily. It'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Speaking of folds, Michael Folds, as they continue to battle and shake things down behind him, he's got that gap now up to 4.1 seconds. Michael Folds has it on cruise control right now. Nicholas Shepard still leading the way in the battle for second place. Lincoln Fox not too far back, holding tight in his draft. Getting a bump draft every so often from Pablo Bolita when he can. River Page trying to hang in there right now. He's fallen back out of the draft. 1.8 seconds back of Pablo Bolita, so he's not feeling any effects of that draft right now. He needs Sean Forbes Jr. in that GR86 to get up in behind him. For the two of them to work together, it could be mutual beneficial. Oh no! Oh, I thought Forbes Jr. was going to get right into the back of River Page there. He was coming in quick and hot. Managed to get it woed up out of the way. I'm sure River Page was seeing. Well, he's probably worried he's seeing that Cole Brown coming up behind him. Forbes Jr. managed to get it stopped though in time. But what does it say? It could be mutually beneficial agreement here between those two drivers. Page and Forbes Jr. work together, try and push up ahead. As Pablo Blita now has gotten around Lincoln Fox, he's going to move around Nicholas Shepard now. That's going to put Shepard down a little bit. It's going to put him back into the clutches of Lincoln Fox. As I mentioned, Lincoln Fox just won the session before this, so he's got some first-hand knowledge of the track. See how that plays out here with just under 10 minutes to go. Sorry, just over 10 minutes to go as we come up to the 10-minute to go mark. See the twisty nature of this roval here. I've actually never done a lap on this circuit. I didn't even know it was a track until I looked at the schedule earlier this week and saw it was coming up. Actually doesn't look all that bad other than the little bit of carnage we had early on. We've got some other close battles a little further back. So we're back on board here with Andrew Wallace, the police car. They've caught up with Jerry Turner and Connor Walbeck. Now it's a three-car battle for fourth place in the GR86. Turner currently holding down that position. Turner up 7 spots in class from where he started. So nice run for him. Wallace up 8 spots and Walbeck up 6. They've capitalized on the mistakes of pretty much every other GR86 driver behind them as they've all dropped multiple positions. It's like Cesar Medina, one of our BMW drivers, with a meatball flag. He's into the pits. Take a look at that car. Oh, he's definitely missing the front end. That car is hurting. Back up front, though, Kevin Parrish. See, he's gotten around Giovanni Romano while we were having a look at the other battle. See if we can find how that went down here in a few moments. But now it's up to Kevin Parrish to see if he can start to pull away from Romano. He was able to chase him down. Chasing down, getting by him is one thing, but then trying to pull away is another as he's working into heavy traffic. Our second place GR86 driver right there to his outside. So next up, we know that Mazda battle just up ahead. It's just to see if that kind of effect that has on that Mazda battle. Lincoln Fox currently second place. Nicholas Shepard and River Page in third and fourth. See them right there battling hard. Parrish coming up on them. You know, none of those drivers are going to want to give way to the BMWs. Blue flags or not, they are battling out for position in class. So have a look back here from Lincoln Fox. Probably the perfect spot for those BMWs to catch these Mazdas. Couldn't really ask for a better spot here as they're going to make their way around the oval section and the Mazda can just stay on the bottom and battle it out. So let's take a look here how Kevin Parrish got himself up top of the field. As Romano was dealing with the lap traffic, Parrish was able to get a nice run off the outside, moving around. I believe that's Tom Sanders in the Mazda. Nicely done there by Kevin Parrish. That's how you utilize the lap traffic when you're the faster class cars. Our Mazda second place battle though, heading into turn 3 and 4. Shepard looking deep onto the bottom. He can try and take that away from Fox. Fox on the inside though into the next corner. He's going to try and force Shepard out wide. River Page trying to take advantage too as well, moving to the outside. Left-hand sweeping corner coming in next is where we saw Nicholas Shepard before run way out wide. Utilize as much pace as he can. Is he going to do it again? He is. All three of them going to go out wide. Shepard mastering the exit out of that corner right now. To hold on to second place, but while they battle, Michael Fold 6 seconds up the track in class. He loves seeing that. Let's head back here a little further back as we got Tom Sanders currently just ahead of Jake Klimovich in class. Oh, Sanders going to give the Clio of Jaden Profit a little bump there. Or sorry, that's not Jaden Profit. Garnet Adams he gave a little bump to. Sanders with Jake Klimovich in tow. Let's battle for 6th and 7th in class. Looks like Sanders going to be hold off Klimovich for now. They've got Rod Eskew, the BMW, moving through. It's our 4th place BMW kind of on his own right now. Taylor Ballant 14 seconds up the track from Eskew. Nicholas Shepard opening up a bit of a gap now over River Page. Page going high up onto the banking. I'm not sure what the strategy plays. Oh, looks like serving a slowdown potentially for River Page. I'm not sure where he would have picked up a slowdown through that final sector, but definitely that's cost him a spot as Lincoln Fox going to move around now. Nicholas Shepard well up the track now. 1.2 seconds. I'm not sure how far the draft range is on the ovals here for the Mazdas, but that's probably just outside of the range of draft. But we'll see here as they're back on the infield section. They're able to chase back down. Nicholas Shepard up ahead, but Kevin Parrish, he got out front of Romano. So far he's been able to hold on to that spot, although Romano slowly creeping back in. He's got that gap down to 4/10 now, even a little closer. Just under 5 minutes to go. Romano going to start running out of time here, try and get himself back up into top spot. The driver's driving directly into the sun. It's going to be a tough little quick right-hand, left-hand section here. You can't really see the curb as they come in there. You really have to go by feel. Romano closing that gap. We'll see if he can find a way around Parrish, get himself back up into top spot. Through turn 18 and 19 they go up onto the oval. See if Romano can utilize that draft. Let's take a look back here from Parrish. See Romano running up on the outside. Looks like Romano might get the run. So they're going 2 by 2. I'm not really sure why he's not tucked into the draft to try and make the move around Parrish into turn 3. Clio of Gabriel and Salmier, top Clio driver who's just out on a Sunday drive here now. He's got a nice gap over Travis Linscomb in second place. Romano looking to the inside. Parrish trying to cover him off. They're going to go back to the right. Going for the crossovers. Romano, is he going to make it stick? Parrish still has the inside line for the next corner, but as we've seen with the Mazdas, that actually outside line through turn 5-6 here is actually the preferred area. You can run out wide. We'll see if Romano takes advantage of it. No, he's going to duck back into the inside, tries for the crossover. Parrish going to hold on to that spot. Parrish, though, looking up the inside. Can he get just ahead in before the next braking section? Doesn't quite do it. Romano trying to look on the outside. Parrish with the inside line. What a battle here in top spot of the BMWs. Kevin Parrish going to hold on to that position as they head into the final chicane. They'll be back onto the ovals again. We'll see if Romano changes his strategy this time. Stays tucked into the draft up in the ovals and try to get it. Oh no, Romano spins. He's going to gather it up, but that's going to give Kevin Parrish a nice big gap. 5 seconds, possibly 6 seconds once Romano gets going. It's unfortunate there for Giovanni Romano, but let's go back to the Mazdas. Michael Folds commanding lead, 7 seconds over now. River Page in second place. Lincoln Fox just behind him. We saw River Page having to deal with that slowdown early on, but he's managed to get himself back ahead of Lincoln Fox. Not sure what happened to Nicholas Shepard here. So he's fallen all the way down to 33rd place. We'll have to see if we can find out what happened to our last we checked in second place driver in Mazdas here. It's unfortunate for him. He had got himself out front of the 3-car battle here for second place. Not seeing anything pop up here immediately in my screen, but I'll keep having a look. We'll see if we can find out what happened there. Shepard entered pit lane there. There's Lincoln Fox passing Nicholas Shepard. Let's see if we can see what happened here. So Shepard just ahead. Looks like he just pulled in. Could have been... sometimes we have real life issues interrupt the racing. That could have been that situation for him. I'm not showing a black flag immediately for him, so unaware what happened, but either way, that battle for second place now between Lincoln Fox and River Page, as our driver is going to be on, I believe, potentially the final lap here. Our leaders, Kevin Parrish, into the final corner across the line. He'll be picking up the white flag this time by. So there we go. We are starting the last lap. Kevin Parrish going to lead them around. Giovanni Romano still sitting in second place. Unfortunately for him, he hit that curve, had a little bit of spin. Pablo Blida been our top GR86 driver for the majority of the race. A little bit of a challenge there from John Forbes Jr. Forbes Jr. is falling back though. He's having to defend second place from Jaden Profit right now. Profit was our, as I mentioned early on, he was the winner from the first session of the week, the session just before this one. So again, Profit, like Lincoln Fox, familiar with the tracks, had some time on it. They got Giancarlo Schooler in the Mazda just ahead, the number 2 car. Giving a little bit of draft to Forbes Jr. in the GR86. That should help him in his battle against Jaden Profit. A little further back, Tom Sanders involved in that lap 1 turn 3 incident was Sanders working himself back into 7th in class. He's got Giovanni almost called him Blackberry again, Blackerby up ahead as Sanders looks to the outside as they're up on the oval banking. Charles Wolf not too far back too as well. Charles might be a great camera car for this battle. See that battle up ahead. Jake Klimovich not too far up the track either as well in 5th place. They head towards the sun into turn 3. Our leader, Kevin Parrish, heading out of the final corner here now. We'll quickly pop up to him to see him catch the checkered flag. Out of the final corner and down the front straight of the oval, Kevin Parrish going to take a top spot. Congratulations to him. Gabriel Anselmi, our top Clio driver, now heading into the final corner too as well. It's been a bit of a Sunday drive for him. 14 seconds ahead of his nearest competitor, Travis Linscomb Hatfield. Second place, well done for Anselmi. Pablo Blida as well, top GR86 driver, out of the final corner. Just ahead of him, or just behind him, is Michael Folds, top driver Ian Mazda. We'll see Blida head to the line. He's going to bring this one home. Michael Folds going to bring it home for the Mazdas. River Page looks like he's going to lead the battle for second place as Lincoln Fox is falling all the way back down to 4th. Jordan Schooler, or Giancarlo Schooler, going to pop himself up into final step on the podium. Lincoln Fox, unfortunately, going to fall all the way back to 4th place. Back to this battle here for 5th place. Klimovich leading the way. Blackerby, Sanders, and Wolf in tow. But Klimovich going to hold on to 5th place as he's going to take it across the line. Jerry Turner just behind Garnet Adams in the Clio. Well done to all of our drivers. So we got a little bit of battle here between Scumpa and Wetz. Tyler Scumpcia leading the way just ahead of Chris Wetz as they head to the line. Just waiting for a few more drivers to hit the line here in GR86 and then we'll be going official. Sean Needham. So he's going to bring it home in 11th place. Looks like John Payton could be our final car we're waiting on here. It's Payton now heading into the final chicane to wrap up his race. Oh no, he's already crossed the line. He got caught. So as Nina was our final car we were waiting for. So 37 cars entered. It looks like about 31 going to finish up. So all in all, the attrition wasn't all that bad compared to the action that we saw early on in this one. So let's take a quick look here at the final results. Kevin Parrish comes home the winner just ahead of Giovanni Romano. Taylor Blount in 3rd with Rod Eskew in 4th. Guillermo Silva in 5th. Cesar Medina going to round out the BMW top 6. Gabriel Anselmi takes top spot in Clio with Pablo Blita top spot in the GR86s. Travis Linscomb in 2nd in the GR86s. Michael Folds takes the Mazda class over River Page and Giancarlo Schooler. John Forbes Jr. comes home in 2nd, 12th overall in GR86. And Chris Rosiski 3rd in the Clio class with Jaden Profit rounding out the podium in the GR86. Quickly skim through the rest of the remainder of the drivers. You can have a look and see where your favorite driver finished or if they didn't finish at all. Well done to all of our drivers. Excellent racing here again. I thought it was going to be a hectic race. I thought maybe there'd be even a little more carnage than what we saw. So thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll catch you back next week, same time, same place. And if you want your league race posted session broadcast, by all means drop us a comment. Our Discord link is in there too as well, and we will catch you next week, same time, same place for more Production Car Challenge. Bye for now.